Hey, everybody. It's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie. And I want to thank everybody who's coming on with me today. If you're new to the channel, and you like junk journal things, then you'll want to definitely hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button as well so that you'll know when I pop up live. Also, for those of you that are coming on the replay, just know that this is being recorded live and I will be chatting with my junk journal buddies. So today I decided to do something a bit different and do a bit of an experiment. Hey Penny, how are you doing today? Okay. I kind of got inspired by, I actually watch some vegan food channels, and one of them, the lady, she does what's called a recipe. She does recipes on her channel, and she does what's called a recipe. That's all it's called, is recipe. And she goes in her refrigerator and she picks out things from her refrigerator and she makes a recipe. I'm sure she kind of thinks about it a little bit on the spot, but I was kind of inspired to kind of do a journal like this. So I just decided to do this like just a few hours ago. I was like, well, what am I going to do today? And I was kind of, tidying up, so to speak. Y'all know how it is in the craft room. There really is no tidying up. Things just moves from one corner to another corner. Hey, Pink, Sally Productions, and Lynn, and of course, Tamika. I hope you all are doing fantastic today. And so I decided to do a journal with some question marks, because this is truly an experiment, and I've never really done this type of junk journal cover before, but I thought it would be interesting. I've actually been saving game boards because I knew it was something I wanted to do, but I haven't really seen anybody else do it. Hey Rachel, haven't seen anybody do the game boards. I even looked on Pinterest, and maybe I'm putting the wrong words in, but I'm telling you, I couldn't find what I was looking for. So hold on. Let me see if I can knock some of this light off. It's kind of a weird lighting, and I think one reason is because I got this mat down here, and my camera doesn't handle this mat very well. So I have a lot of light going on here, so try to fix that. Okay, so I'm just looking to see if the light corrected. Not really. Let me see if I can get it a little bit better as far as the color intensity goes. Nope, don't want to do that. Nope, don't want to do that. Nope, don't want to do that. I know it has, oh, there we go. It's the white balance. I'm going to give it a little bit more color. It's because of this mat. Okay. Stay where I tell you to stay. Okay, I think that'll be better. All right, so you should see that in a moment. Okay, so let me just move some things out the way. Now, I'm going to attempt to make this out of a Scrabble board. And I thought about doing the journal this way. This is like my whole thinking process here, because there's some things you need to think about before you start cutting things. And one of them is like, how are you going to bind the book? And so I thought about doing it like this, because I like these rings. I like these nice large rings on the book. And this is actually a book that's up in my Etsy shop. And I decided that I'm going to do like a regular spine. So you'll see this one doesn't have a spine on it, of course, because it has the rings. So that's what I'm doing. I'm still like in deep thought. I'm still kind of thinking about things. Hey, Pink. Oh, thank you, Pink. You already been here. Okay, so let's get this show on the road, because I know I took out a few things while I was kind of thinking about the process beforehand. So the main thing is going to be the Scrabble board. Now I got this Scrabble board from a I don't know, it was a thrift store or Goodwill. I've had it for a while. And I don't know if it has all the pieces to it, but it has some pieces I can use. I can use this to make like tags or something like that. And then here's the board itself. And I don't know what I'm going to do with these. And of course, there's tons of things you can do with the letters and stuff. So I'm going to use these two pieces for sure. You could even use the bottom of the box too, but let's put that aside. Let's put what I know I'm going to use for now. One thing I want to do is just get this off. I don't think I'm going to use this top, but I'm going to show you guys. I mean, you people. This is called a Scotty Pillar, and if you want to get like labels and things off of stuff, this is like your friend, because if I try to peel this off, it's not really coming. But hold up. So I'm going to take my heat gun, and you could use a hairdryer for this too. So, gotta plug it in. And I'm just going to heat this up a little bit. And like I said, you can use like a hairdryer. This doesn't have anything to do with Junk Journal per se, but I just wanted to get rid of this because I think I can make like a mini cover out of this cover, and I don't want this on here. So I want to take it off, but it's hard to peel off with your fingers. So what the heat gun is doing is activating the glue under that tag. So let's see how easy it's going to be to take it off. See if we don't destroy the box. Here we go. And y'all see, this is a Scotty Pillar. And they actually covered up. It had $1 on here. So I don't know what it was before. So I wonder, can I get that off? I'll worry about that later, but see, why'd they write on the box? People are crazy. Hey, Seek, but you can't hide. I like that name. You can read it perfectly, too. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do next. All right. I'm gonna put this aside. See, I'm still in deep thought. Okay, let me put this back away. Let me get this out the way. My heat gun. I'm actually putting it all the way back up because I don't need it anymore. I probably didn't need to take it out. All right, so here's our Scrabble board, and it's very beautiful. So this was my thinking process. I wanted to make the board, and I kind of wanted to make it this style at first. So I knew I could like cut the board, but there's going to be some rough edges. And on here, this has a rough edge too, and it doesn't look too bad. But I was really concerned about how I was going to handle the edges. So what I decided to do was use some fabric. So I just went in the room. I said, let me find some fabric. And it just so happens this was on the top of the heap. And I got this also at a thrift store or someplace. I don't know. Someplace I got it on the cheap. And what's nice about this is it's like sheer. So it's like a sheer fabric, and it has like these beautiful flowers on it. So I laid it across my board, and I could still see the game. And that's exactly what I want. I want to be able to see the game through here. Because I like using game pieces and cards and stuff like that. But I like to be able to see what it was before I repurpose. Because that's the kind of the beauty of the whole thing. So then I was thinking, how am I going to adhere this? You notice I haven't cut anything. This is my thinking process, y'all. So I was thinking, okay, I could take some glue and I could glue it down. But then I think it's really going to mess up the sheerness of this. It's probably going to end up shiny and hard, and I didn't want that. And then I was thinking, okay, maybe I can just put some glue underneath like the flowers and then glue it on. But then I was thinking then the rest of it might be loose, and I think it's going to be a little bit wonky. So I have another idea. So first I'm going to go ahead and take a chance because I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm going to take a chance and cut this board. So first I'm going to cut it in half, and I took out my box cutter and my X-Acto knife, because I don't know which one I want to use. But I know I need to go down the middle. And I'm going to try to do this with y'all on the camera, because it's kind of weird, because the camera is not up that high. So if I put it this way, well, I could do it this way, I think, and not drive you all crazy, I hope. So I'm just going to use the X-Acto knife. Just go straight down. Ta-ta. Now, I probably should have went from the inside, because now I have like this little lip here, and it cuts some of the piece off of this side, which is okay, because this is going to be the inside of the book, and this is going to be the outside. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of clean this up a little bit. And by the way, I have a cutting mat down. I actually put a link below to this brand of cutting mat. I've had this mat for probably about, I want to say, 20 years. And so these mats last forever, and they have like, I believe like some kind of a Kevlar coating, so you won't ruin things. Okay, I think that's good enough. All right, so now the next thing I want to do, so I guess this is kind of a tutorial but an experiment at the same time. Now I did measure from the top to the bottom, and it's 14 inches, so I'm gonna cut it at 7 inches. So I'm gonna use this part. I think I can make 2 journals out of this, I think. Okay, my nerves, y'all, my nerves. So I'm actually using the measurements that are on the cutting board itself. And I'm just bringing it all the way over to the side here. So if I do something wrong, I remember this is an experiment. Or if it doesn't work out, I don't know what's going to happen if it doesn't work out. Okay, so now I also have this metal square, so I'm going to use this as my straight edge, but you can use a ruler for your straight edge if you don't have something like this. You know, I'm a gadget and a tool girl, so I had a few tools. So I want this to be 7 inches, and I'm using, let's see if I can push this up so y'all can see. Y'all know the ecosystem on my desk. So I'm using the 7-inch mark here. So I'm going to line this up there to the best of my ability. And hopefully it doesn't slide. I'm going to actually stand up to do this. I'm going to use my box cutter for this. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous where I had to move my mic, so sorry for the noise. Okay. I'm going to hold this as tight as I can, and I'm just going to take my time. And I'm not pressing too hard, because I'm just going to go through this a few times. And it's always good to have like a sharp edge or a sharp blade. I am giving it some pressure. Let's see how we're doing. Okay. All right, it's not all the way through, but it's close. So I'm just really taking my time. I'm going to use, it's not going to work. Just trying to see where it's not cut through. This part on the edge is like the thickest part. I'm trying to make sure that the cut is mostly clean is what I'm doing here. Since I already picked up my ruler, still kind of rough. Although most of this is going to be covered up, but I just feel like I just need to take my time doing this. There we go. All right, so those are, I'm going to do the other half as well because the other side actually is this piece. So this will be one journal. And hopefully I cut it straight. See how straight did we get this? Pretty good. We did a pretty good job. So let's try it on the next one. And if you all have any suggestions of how I could do this better, please chime in. I will be happy to know. So I'm going to do this the same way. It's 7 inches. All right. Let's try to hold this as tight as I can. It's already sliding. I haven't even started yet. Okay, let's see how far we got. Now, I did have to push down with a box cutter a bit. So if you have like problems with your hands, you might want to get your hubby or somebody to help you get these, because these boards they're made to last, so they're pretty sturdy. All right. Yay. See how straight did we get that? We got it pretty straight. Yay. I'm proud of myself. All right, so that's the top. And this is the bottom. So we're going to work with the bottom piece. Okay. So it's a little bit of an odd shape. But, let's see. Because it's going to be like 7 inches across. So technically you would need a piece of paper. If you fold it in half, it would need to be at least, I don't usually bring mine all the way to the edge anyway, but it still would need to be like 6.5 times 2. What's 6.5 times 2? 13 inches. So you would need a piece of paper that's 13 inches long. So even if you use the long side of a paper and you fold it in half, it's still going to be a little bit short. But I think since this is a special journal, I could do some sewing and kind of Frankenstein some papers so that they'll fit. All right, so this is what I have in mind. I'm trying to think slow so I won't miss anything. And because I really didn't think too far into this process, you all. Hey, Brenda. Okay. So now the next thing is, see, this is going to be the covers. So it would be, yeah. So this will be the cover. So that's what it would look like, kind of. Okay, now, so let's just take a preliminary look here at what the fabric's gonna look like. This beautiful fabric, nice summery. So that's what it would look like if all goes well. Okay, so now I want to have a what do you call it? You know, on the side of the book, a spine. So I took out a piece of cardboard, and I don't know what this cardboard must have been like on the back of it's like chipboard, so it must have been on the back of a picture frame or something, because I've never bought chipboard. And I'm just going to use the width of whatever this is on the spine. So now I just got to dismantle this. Let's do some dismantling. Y'all concentrating with me? Because y'all quiet today. Everybody's concentrating. Actually, I can use the side of this. It's long enough. I didn't think it was going to be long enough. That'll work for me. If I could use every piece of this, I would. Then I could call myself a recycling master. I probably could cut this with my paper cutter. I think that's what I shall do. Let me just flatten this out and see if I can cut it. It should cut through. Hey, where's my paper cutter at? Did she move it? Okay. Paper cutter to the rescue. All right. I love this paper cutter, and I'm pretty sure it can handle this. You got to be careful though. I almost broke it because I tried to cut like the spine of a book, and it wasn't working out for me. All right. Okay, so that's the piece we're going to use. And I know it needs to be 7 inches. So let's see. Me and my box cutter. All right, gotta open this up. All right, so this has to be 7 inches. I want to keep all this goodness here, even though, see how it looks, it's all kind of wrinkled and stuff like that, but it's going to be up under the fabric. So let's see. Yeah, I don't know what got into my mind where I wanted to actually do this. Let me make sure this has a straight edge on this side. I said I can take a chance. My junk journal buddies will support me even if I crash and burn. All right. So that's going to be 7 inches. And how wide is this? I don't even know. So it's almost 1.5 inches, because I'm going to need to know that. Okay. Let's cut this. I'm in deep thought here. 1.5. 1.5. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, y'all. Okay. Let's see. I want this to be, okay, we're on the money. We're doing good because we're taking our time. Hey, Glory. Okay, now this has to be 7 inches as well. Let me pull this way. It's easier to pull it into me than away. Okay. All right, on the money. And the reason why I cut this extra piece is because I need this to be like the thickness of this. I mean, I don't need it to be, but it's better that way. So let's see. Once I glue it together, it should be good to go. All right. So let's get this out the way. And actually, see, safety first. I put my paper cutter and put all my straight edges away because I don't need those right now. And take this off too. And that should help with my white balance. Get it back straight. Okay. All right. I just got to remember, this is the outside. It's the outside. Okay. And I'm going to glue these two together. Ugh. Just get a scrap piece of paper. And you're never late, mouse. Okay. Let me get my Aleene's tacky glue. Haven't used this one in a while. And it doesn't matter which, oh, it does matter because I want this side to be out. So let's just get the glue going. Using this bottle hurts my hands because it, even though it's the biggest bottle, it has the biggest hole, it's the hardest one to get the glue out of. For me, it's a little bit of a challenge. Imagine I did like 5 books in one day, one time, and man, my hand was hurting. I couldn't figure out when I went to bed why my hand was hurting. Because of my glue. And I like to put a lot on there because I want to make sure it sticks good. Now, but I don't really want to stick my hand in it. So, take some more paper and smush it around. I'm probably still going to get some glue on my hand. I'll just get up and wipe it off. I don't think there's any point in here where I have to wait until stuff dries. So I think we can continue on. That's what you do when you don't want to get your hands all gluey. Which is still getting some glue on, but it would be a real disaster if I wasn't using this paper. All right, that's good. Hold on, you all. Y'all got me sweating. Y'all got me sweating here. Okay. So, crafting is a sickness. Crafting is not a sickness. I don't think. Of course, the sick people would say it's not a sickness. All right. So now we got that flat. So that should be about the same. Might be a little bit thicker than the board itself, but I mean, I could have just used the box, but I didn't want to use the box. I wanted the board. I'm telling you, I've been dying to do this. I probably have some games that I've been sitting on for a while that I want to use. Yep, that's going to be fantastic. Now it would be good to let this dry, but you know, the show must go on, right? I might have to let it dry a little bit because it's coming loose. Let me see. Okay. I didn't really take into account that I would have to let anything dry. So I'm just going to put these paper clips on because I don't have any binder clips. Binder clips would be better if you have some type of clamps. I clamp these together. At least for a few minutes till the glue sets some. So I'm going to have to just leave this alone for a bit. Let me put this on here in the middle also. Put my big paper clips to use. Still some. Let's do this way. You all can't see, but I can see it. It looks like it was lifting a little bit in some certain spots, so. Okay. So I'm just going to put these on here like this. And just give that a few moments. This should be okay after a few minutes, but I'm going to let that sit because I need this part. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to do, let me move that out the way because I don't need it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is, we're going to take out our ironing pad here. Because we're going to be doing some ironing. Okay, so because this is how I decided I'm going to get this on here. Don't be laughing at me, Penny. Okay. I'm going to use some Heat and Bond, or you can use Wonder Under for this job. And this is an adhesive, and I think you've seen me use this before. This is the light one. I think light will be okay for this job. And I actually did like a little bit of a test because I was wondering if I put this on here, is it going to mess up my translucent effect? So I took a piece of cardstock that had like a nice pattern that was a little bright, and I put just a little bit of Wonder Under on here. I ironed it on, and you can't even see it, can you? So that's wonderful. It got just a little bit darker. I can see it. I don't know if you all can see it. It's hard to see. It's right here. And so I knew that this should work for this job, I think. Okay. So now let's cut some of this. And we're going to need 2 pieces. And see, I need one for the spine as well. So hopefully I'll just work with that last. Let me put this way for now. And I'm just going to take a pencil and I'm going to roughly, do I want to roughly do that? I'm trying to think how I want to do it. Yeah. So I'm thinking, yeah, I just need enough to go on the facing of this. Okay, I think. So let's use our pencil, and it doesn't have to be perfect for this piece, but you want to make sure you have enough to cover. Are we getting any lines? Just barely. Now I can't see what I did. Oh, it's there. All right, let's do this one also. I'm gonna number it 1. And number this one 2. I can write on this because I'm gonna cover this back up. So that's number 1. That's the front. This is the back. Number 2. Okay. Hey, Livy. You missed me struggling to cut my Scrabble board. That's all you missed. Because I'm going really slow today. Trying to figure this. I'm trying to figure things out as I'm doing this. Because this is something I haven't done. I'm going to make a book cover out of a game board. And it's an old game board. I mean, y'all don't go in the closet and get your kids game boards and stuff. I actually got this from like a thrift store, I think. It's been a while. All right, so let us cut this. Hold on, go a little bit more. I can't see what I'm doing, so I gotta. Probably cutting more of this than I need to, so I can bring it closer to me so I can see. I'm already half blind. Are you asking if the Wonder Under was expensive, Pink? If that's what you're asking, I have to say, I should have drew it on this side. I don't know why I didn't. I can kind of see it though. It's easier to see on that side. The adhesive, I think you get like about 5 feet, and I did have a link below so you can take a peek at it, but it might have been about $15, but you get a lot of it. Like I got a big old roll. Let me see. How much is in this roll? It's like over 5 feet. It's acid free. And see if you can see. Look at that. I'm going to be working on this for a while. What are you guys talking about? Hey, Ishmael. All right. What y'all talking about is $49. What are y'all talking about? Now I feel left out. How can I feel left out on my live stream? Something's not right with that picture. Okay, so this one. I think this was number 2. This is number 1. Just in case the measurements were a little bit off, but like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't even know if this is going to stick to this, but I'm going to try. We're going to try in this experiment for our journal. We don't know if our journal. So if you're just coming on and you didn't see the beginning, yes, a big roll. Oh, the Sizzix. That's what you guys are talking about. Yeah, it's a pretty big roll, so I'm going to be working on that for a while. Like, really. Really. Because you can get some that have less on it, but I was like, no. I just want to just get some, and then I'll have it, because I know I'm going to use it. That's something I know I'm going to use. So if you're just coming on, I was inspired to do this actually by a cooking channel. There's a vegan cooking channel that I watch. And on there, of course, they do recipes on there. And the girl, they have like kind of a series, and she calls it Recipe. And what she does is she goes into her refrigerator and she just finds things that she already has to cook. And I'm sure that she kind of thinks things through a little bit before she comes on camera, because it's not a live camera, but I think they've done live before. But I decided, why don't I take that and make it a journal? So we're going to make a journal, I hope. And I'm just taking some things that I have, because I usually have enough stuff to make a journal around here. And we're going to just experiment here. Okay, so now we got those two. Let's see how this is looking here. We actually have some glue coming out the side. That's kind of good, because that means it's squished really good. The side too. And this is like the process I would be going through if I wasn't on with you all. So that's fun, right? This is still not stuck good. It's still kind of coming up. Let's see. See how it's like, y'all see how it has like that little, it's just a little thing that's giving me some pains here. Close, I said. Close. I'm going to try to move on with it like that. Okay, so I need, let's see if we have enough. Ooh, look, we got enough to go on here. That's exciting. All right. I tried, like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect, but the reason why I tried to get it so it's like edge to edge and not over is because then when I iron it, it's going to have like that extra adhesive like hanging off the side, or you got to get rid of it, or I don't know, it's going to be a waste. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down as well. This time I'm going to cut it on the, I'm going to cut it on the slick side, because there's two sides on this this adhesive. So you got the rough side. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's hard to see on the camera. This is the rough side. That's the adhesive. And then the other side is just like a backing, and it's flat. So I'm going to trace on the backing here, just to get rid of some of this extra stuff. That was really bad. See, that's what happens when you don't take your time. All right, and then doesn't have to be perfect. If I was using my big scissors, I only would have to just cut this, and it'll cut all the way to the end. But no. All right, I don't think I need those little pieces. Okay, so this is the side that I want to be up. So this is actually going, the adhesive is going to go on this side. So this will be a good test. I don't even know how well this is going to take the heat. All right, let me plug in my iron. I should have already had it plugged in, so get it going. All right, got the iron, is heating up. That's only going to take a second or two. Let's move all the rest of this stuff out the way, so I can have, my mind can clear a little bit, because y'all know it ain't a game. All right, and I'm gonna use, this is just parchment paper from the kitchen, and I'm just using it so it will, I use one piece underneath so it will protect my ironing mat, and then one piece on the top so it will protect my iron basically. So I'm going to put this over this. I'm still waiting for my iron to get all heated up. It should only take like a few more seconds. The white paper is, this is what the white paper is right here. It's Heat and Bond. And wait, let me take the focus off of here so it won't keep going in and out. Okay, this is Heat and Bond, and it is an iron-on adhesive. My iron's ready now, and it's also sewable, so you can sew with this. And what it does, it has an adhesive on one side. Well, it's double adhesive, so it has. This is the adhesive backing right here. It's kind of rough, And on this side, it's just the backing of the paper. So you'll see how it works in a second. So what I did was I laid the rough side down. I laid the rough side down on my piece. I got to readjust anyway. And then I'm going to put my parchment paper over the top just to protect, so I won't get any of that adhesive on my iron. I'm going to put the parchment paper. The parchment paper is just from the kitchen. I've been using this parchment paper over and over again. And then you just put your iron on it. And I think the directions say, because y'all never read the directions. I'm so man like that. I think you're only supposed to leave it for like 30 seconds or something like that. But as you can see, because you just want the heat to activate the adhesive. All right, so it should be on there. Ooh, look, you can see the Scrabble through it, and it's hot. So I'm just going to leave that alone for a second because it's too hot to handle. And we're going to do our other piece, and hopefully all will go well. Do the same thing. I got the sticky part onto my Scrabble board, and then so I'm just going to leave this for a few seconds here. If I didn't explain it well, just let me know. The Heat and Bond is like Wonder Under. They're both kind of the same. You can find them at like Joann's, or of course you can get it on Amazon. And I guess sewers use it like when they're doing like hems and things like that. But us paper crafters have found a way to use it as well, as you can see. So it's really nifty for making things stick. Too hot to handle, child. Too hot to handle. All right. This is probably on good. I'm just trying to make sure it's on good, but I think I'm doing a little bit of overkill on the iron thing. It just doesn't need to be on that long. My iron is telling me that too. It's like, can you lift me up? Okay, I'm just going to push this out the way because I know it's hot. And I can see my Scrabble pieces, but you'll be able to see it even better when I peel everything back. So let me just make sure. You know, it's just like a little sliver still on the side. Let me see if I can cut this without things being too crazy. I'm not gonna really see too far into it, but I don't want it to be too janky. It's like just a little bit of the paper sticking up. I don't want to go too crazy on it. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. All right. Back to the matter at hand. Okay. Here we go. We're back in business. Hey, Katia, I'm glad you're here also. You were napping? You know, I always feel like I need a nap, but it's like I can't nap. I mean, I could, but then I'd be kind of groggy because I sleep too long. Yep, Walmart has the Wonder Under Heat and Bond also. But I found that online it was cheaper for me to buy it online. No, I take that back. I did buy this at Walmart because I decided to, since I was experimenting. Well, I've had this one for a while, but I was actually experimenting with that before. Like my iron is saying, lift me. You going to bed right after? You tired, Libby? Aw, that's nice that you came and joined us. I feel special. Katia, I hate to break it to you, but it's Wednesday. You lost today. You slept longer than you thought. Rip Van Winkle. That's why it feels crazy. Okay. So I'm going to leave my iron on because we're not finished with iron. Let me move this out the way. Ouch. Because it's hot. Okay, so now I'm going to peel this up. And I'm just using like my little weeding tool. You could actually just use your hand and peel it. You want to make sure that when you peel it up, though, that you're not peeling the adhesive. So it should come off the adhesive. If you ironed it well, it'll come off the adhesive, which is what it did. It peeled right off. So that can go in the trash. The adhesive is on here, but it's so light. You see how it's shiny? The adhesive is on here. And I have like a little bit extra on here. I don't need all this extra. Sometimes that extra adhesive kind of trips you up. I'm just going to pinch it off the sides. All right, so that one's good to go. And if it doesn't just come off, that means it's not down all the way, and you can just use your iron and get it down. So it's on the board. See how shiny it is? That's the adhesive on here. Now, this next part, this is still hot. This next part, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. Okay. So, now we need some fabric. And I got my fabric here and make sure I have it on the right side. Okay. So this is the side I want it on. Definitely want to have the parchment paper down for this because this is such a sheer fabric. But this is what's going to make this whole thing beautiful, I think. Okay, now. Okay, this one is number 1, right? Yep, so this is the front. She's in deep thought. And one good thing about this fabric as well is it doesn't, the direction is not that important on it. So you gotta watch out if you're using like a fabric that has like writing or something on it. So hopefully, there's a lot going on this mat. Make sure I can get it down flat. Probably gonna have to make sure I press good. It does the grain. I can see the grain, so I'm just trying to make sure the grain is. I'm giving it a little bit of thought so it won't be too wonky. I think it'll be all right though. I think. Okay, and then we're gonna take this and I'm eyeballing it. Usually I would glue this down to some paper, but y'all know what? I'm kind of wasting some stuff too. Let me go up some. Hold on. I'm being kind of wasteful on this fabric here. Hold up. What I should have did was like kind of just cut the fabric first, but I didn't want to do it that way. You probably want to cut your fabric first to the estimated width that you want it to be. But I'm doing this man style. I'm not cutting anything, which is probably making it more difficult for me. All right, put this back down again. Because what I'm thinking is I'm going to need like a little extra because I'm going to pull it over like this. I don't need that much. That's why I say I'm being wasteful here. If I would have cut this, you know what? That's what I think I'm going to do because she's spinning her wheels. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of guesstimation here and cut this. Quit being extra here. Okay. Let's see here. As you can see, this does not need to be perfect, but you just need to make sure you have enough that you can wrap around the edges. Okay, now this will be better for me to work with. Okay, get out the way. Much better. Okay. Now, all right, you can kind of leave things where they are. Oh, you know what? I need to do this a little bit differently because the adhesive is on this side. So, all right, so this is gonna be number 1 on this side. I know, y'all see me, I'm struggling. I can do it though. I can do this. All right. And that's the back. This is the front. Okay. Now, I got another idea. I have another idea because this is sliding around. So I'm going to use some washi tape. And I'm going to put it on the back. Just as a temporary fix. Because I want this to stay in place. Because I'm kind of not going to be able to see what I'm doing. Even though this is a sheer fabric. Hopefully. I might need a bigger piece of, I think it'll be alright. I'll leave it like that. Alright, so that'll keep that from sliding too much. Do this also. Yeah, I'm not paying attention to the chat just yet. I have to get back to the chat. Thanks, Pink Sally. Thank you, I needed that. Alright. Because I want to leave just a sliver in between these guys so when it folds we won't have any issues. So you don't want to back them up right to each other. But you don't want to have too much space either. So just a little bit of space in between. And I think I have this lined up. My iron went off. Okay, and then this one, let's put a few pieces on here. Don't you be coming off on me. I tried to use some washi tape. I don't really like that much. Because, you know, we don't want to waste our good stuff. Alright, so I'm really eyeballing this too. Because you want to kind of make sure things are lined up. Let me stand up. Got to stand up for this job. Looks good. I hope I have it enough. Enough in betweenst. That needs to go out. I'm really taking my time. Usually I rush things a little bit when I'm on with y'all, but this time I'm taking my time because I want this to be ready to go. I don't want it to be a dud because I think I can make it work. Okay. Okay. Now I want to make sure that the right side is up on this. Just this way. It's driving me crazy. Alright. And the nice thing is you can still see through the fabric. That's what I was going for, because I want to still be able to see the board. Let me turn my iron back on. Got to get heated again. And we'll start over here on this side. Y'all wish me luck. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to start in the middle here. This time I'm just going to place it down instead of moving it around. And I'm hoping that the shininess of the adhesive doesn't come through, because I don't want that. That's why I didn't use glue. And I used this instead. Oh, you use masking tape? I don't have any masking tape, so I can't use the masking tape. Oh, that's true, Pinky, because I stay up all the time and I'm always hungry late at night. And I know I don't need to be eating no extra food. So again, I'm probably just leaving this down way too long, but I just want to make sure that it's going to be down. Y'all got your fingers crossed? Everybody got their fingers crossed on this one? It's going to work. It's going to work. I don't even know how much my iron's going to go off. All right, let's move this over. Looks good. Look, it's looking good there. It's a looking good. Now, can y'all believe it? I'm not doing any sewing. Ooh, that gave me an idea. I should sew something. I might sew, now that I said that, I might sew something. Iron, I'm not ready for you to go off just yet. You just stay on. Work with me, iron. Work with me. All right, I think we're good. Let's see. Let's check out everything. Ooh. Yeah, I'm excited because it's looking good. I think this worked out the way I wanted it to. And I can see just a spot of shininess coming through, but I think it's okay. All right, so everything is glued down good. Uh-oh, I made it come up on that end. Let's reactivate. Wonder Iron, activate. Shape of a journal. You guys remember that? The Wonder Twins? That was a cartoon back in the late 70s, 80s. Wonder Twin powers activate. Shape of, in this case, a journal. All right. Okay. All right. So I guess you just want to make sure it's cooled off. Okay, edges are good, I think. That's okay. All right, so now we'll be needing to work on this side. So I think I did pretty good. Whew. Okay, so now let's get rid of all this. Wait, let's get rid of all this. And I'm gonna have a little bit of a cleanup job, but that's okay. Let's get this out the way. And I usually just fold these up and put them inside of this ironing pad, and I just keep them together and I reuse them over again. Okay, I'm excited. All right, let's take these little contract. Oh, no, we're okay. I was gonna say I did this is the wrong way. No, it's not. Duh. All right, so now what we're going to do is fold everything over this flower. And what's nice about this is like it's like really thin. That's what kind of makes it nice, but okay, I'm gonna cut some of this off, but I want to leave enough. Don't want to mess with it like that. doesn't make a difference because it's pretty flat. Because this is a pretty sheer, since it's sheer, it's pretty flat. So I'm just going to leave that the way it is. But we got to cut some of this off the corners though, because it's too much on the corners. So I'm going to try to get close to the corner, but not too close. These big scissors are not working out for this job, but it'll be alright. Let me see. I'm gonna have to play around with the corners. I'll use a little. I'm trying not to mess with it too much, because I don't want it to lift off the front before I get this glued down. Alright, cut that close. And then I'm also going to, see, I need the big scissors. They're harder to control when you can't see what the hell you're doing. Okay. I'm gonna cut like some little notches here. Because I don't want to have like a lot of bunching here in the middle. So I'm just cutting some little notch out. When you're making your journals, it's like the construction can come out really good, but you got to really pay attention to the details, or else things just look kind of wacky. Let's do it this way. You don't want it to look wacky. Got to be detailed. That's a better idea. Okay. Let me cut this side. Let's just do it like this. Quit trying to be all cray-cray. This. I know y'all probably didn't see me cut that piece, but I had to have it a little closer to me. And of course I'm keeping these scraps because they have like some beautiful flowers on them that I could use for something else. Look at that. It's pretty. Okay. Alright. Now I think this is going to be very nice. Okay. So now I need glue because I don't really care about what kind of, well, yes I do. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. Since we have fabric, so I thought about when I got ready, hey KJs, I thought about using the Fabri-Tac when I first started, and just instead of using the heat and bond, but this would have been like, it would have just looked nasty if I would have did it that way. So, but on this side I don't care because I'm going to cover this up anyway. So let us do these middles first. And we don't need a crazy amount of glue for this part of the job because this fabric is really lightweight. So, and of course, it's all over my fingers. Let's use some of this. Some of this. I'll smush it up. Not really worried about where the glue goes. And then let's work on the bottom part here. Probably use too much, but you know, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. And I'm pulling it too because I want to make sure everything stays. Make sure it's down flat. Because I'm going to put like some cardstock on this side, so I want to make sure this is flat. We don't want it to be too lumpy and bumpy. Right, since we got this here, let's do this side. Ooh, my washi is trying to get away. Make sure I get the corners good. Got to give it some edge and corner love. Y'all know how I feel about that. You don't give your edges no love. It's a bust. It's all in the details. It's all in the details, folks. You all get to be witness to this monumental event. Because technically, the game boards are kind of the same. They have the same thickness as a book cover. So why not use a game board? All right. No cray cray allowed. I want to be cray cray. Ooh, I must have hit something. I almost cut you off. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. We're gonna see how these edges come out. These corners, rather. You know, you can always put a book corner on. I don't like using book corners all the time, though. Most of my books don't have book corners. I don't know why. I can't tell you. Just my preference. Still got my iron on for some reason. I think it just went off. Yep. It went off all by itself. Oh, it's still getting. I'll cut some of this extra. We don't really need that. We don't need no extra fabric. I can keep this for something. Got to keep something from the project. All right, let's see. Okay. More glue. More glue. Gotta make sure I get my edges good. More glue. I really probably don't need this much glue on here. Make my nerves bad. Not using enough glue. I don't think I ever not used enough glue, but all right. Make sure those edges are down good. You know what? I could have cut a little bit more off of this. It's too much. Oh, and I forgot this part too. Y'all let me forget to make my little notches. What kind of friends are y'all? I'm about to mess things up. Y'all still my buddies though. Okay. And then this one. Let's do this a little bit. Goodness. A crappy corner. Okay. Now, that's more like it. I don't even, how long we been on? Ooh, we've been on for a long time. Today I'm just gonna make this work. Yep, I said not enough glue makes my nerves bad. Cause then you don't know. You don't know if it's gonna last. If you can get through your project, you gotta have some glue to make it stick, make it wake. Yeah. Okay. On this side here. I hope you all get some good ideas for how to make some journals. As you can see, I'm not using anything special except for this lovely fabric that I got at some place. I didn't buy it at the regular store, I can tell you that much. Now my fingers are all sticky. Okay. last one. I thought I was moving kind of fast, but obviously not. Past hour. But I'm just going to finish this cover though. I'm not going anywhere. Because it's either finish it now or finish it later. I'm going to finish it now. So y'all see how that fabric tack is like showing through? If I would have used that on the front of the cover, it would have just been a debacle. I didn't do this corner good. It would have been a debacle on that front cover. That's why I didn't use glue. I knew it. I predicted that one. Because this fabric is just too sheer. Alright, I'm going to cut some of this fabric off. I tried to notch it pink. My notches were just kind of wonky. If you're talking about my corners. Yeah, girl, go get you some game boards. I got some bingo cards and everything that I wanted to make. I have some Pokino cards that I've been saving to do journals with, and I haven't done it because I just couldn't figure out how I want to do it. But now, and I guess the trick to this one was that we used some sheer fabric. Okay, so now, y'all want to see what the front looks like, don't you? I'm not showing you yet. Okay, so now the next piece of this puzzle is going to be the inside covers. So I just want to put some here and put some here. And I'm not putting anything here in the middle just yet, because I don't know how I want to handle the middle. But I got out this pad, and this is a DCWV pad, and it's very beautiful. What's the name of it? It has 36 sheets. Oh, butterflies and flowers is right there. So let's see, I have to turn it on this side, so, because you know, the ecosystem here. So what I wanted to do was find a pattern for the inside that was kind of summery, light and bright, and kind of goes with the front cover. Y'all know I don't normally matchity match stuff. So I thought I could find something in here, like maybe this yellow, but I don't think I want to use that though. Let me get my fabric. See, I think that is kind of a, because the middle of the flower has like a gold color, I think the gold would be good, but I don't want to use that pattern. So let's continue on. See, even that would be nice for the inside. It's a little busy, but that's okay. Y'all know I'm a busy kind of girl. And then we have, you know, I could always do butterflies. I like this one. I think I'm going to use this one. So let's see what the other, let's look at the, this is the double-sided pad that I have. Let's look at the other ones. Ooh, I like that. I like that one too. Butterflies. I want to use my butterflies. Let's see. Even that adds like a nice contrast. So I was going to use the gold, but I think I should use like a contrasty kind of paper. Let's see. Yeah, that's the ticket. Okay, I'm not even going to look any further or else I'll change my mind. Let's move this one out. Man, my hands are all sticky. Ugh, it's driving me nuts. I have that glue on my hands. Let's see if I can get some of it off. When you all were kids, did y'all ever use like the Elmer's glue, like the wet glue, and like cover your hands and then peel it off, and then you would have like your fingerprints and stuff? I bet you kids do that now, since with the CSI shows and stuff like that. I bet they do stuff like that. I'm gonna move this out the way for now. Okay, so, oh, wait a minute, I can't move this out the way yet because I don't know. I don't know what I do with my pencil. Oh, here we go. Y'all, I've seen people measuring like this. I usually measure correctly because I'm not good like that, but I'm going to try it this time. So I want it to be that width. Even if it's a little shorter, it's okay. Like that width, and like about, it doesn't even have to come all the way in on here. Okay, let's move this out the way. Oy. Get the big daddy out. Or the big mama. There's no daddy in this craft room. Alright, where's my lines? Oh, you know what? I'm going to need 2 sheets of this. There's another sheet in that pad. Because that's not going to be enough. But let's just take a peek before I move on. Oh, the school glue? Yeah. I remember doing that. Alright, so I'm going to put this on here. Like that, like so. But like I said, I'm going to leave this part because... Should she leave that part? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not doing this right. Because I need something to go across here. So, I don't want to use that fabric. I have to go digging for fabric. Hold on for a second. Let me dig. Okay, she's back. Okay. You got glue on your hands too? Okay, so I got some muslin out, and it's a little bit thicker than what I want to use, but I just want to, like, just go across this part, I think. Yeah. Because I want this to have, like, some strength to it. And if I just put a piece of paper here and a piece of paper there, then there's no strength in the middle. Even though I'm going to put something on top of it, maybe I don't need to do that. Think. Let me see how I did my book. Let's see what I did to this book. Oh, see, I went all the way across. That's what I did. I see. I don't think the paper would have been long enough to go all the way across anyway. Nope. Yeah, that'll be a fix. Okay. Okay, y'all. Don't rush me. Y'all see I'm thinking. Okay. So, I'm just gonna cut. I have to iron this. Try to find a piece that I don't have to iron out. Cause ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody want to iron. Oh, I might could just rip this actually. I always like the ripped look because it looks very intentional when you do it, when you rip it. All right, let's move you out the way. Although after I get done with this, I don't know how much of this you'll be able to see, but I like this muslin. I like the look of muslin. Muslin. It's very pretty. Okay. Gotta watch out. Okay, here we go. Now, so actually, what I think would look like really nice is if I left like the ripped edges out. See how things just come about. So use it for the hidden one. I'm not gonna do a hidden spine. I like having the thread show through the spine. So I'm gonna do that. All right, let's cut some more. Let's cut some more. Get a lot of strings when you do this though. All right. And then I don't mind it hanging over the edge a little bit. So this is what it's going to look like. You're not going to see this part. So let's see. And then I don't have the other side cut yet. Let's cut the other side. First, I got to find some more paper. Where are you, paper? I know there's another one in here. All right. I know I'm not going. Did I pull the? Oh, got the wrong paper pad. Duh. That makes a difference. I brought the big guns out. Yes. Ooh, look at that. See, that makes me want to change papers. I didn't see this side. This must be the. No, that's the right side. Let me continue. I'll be changing papers again. Okay. Could I stick the muslin over the inside? I could do it that way. I'm debating. I'm in deep thought about that. Let me cut this one first. And I'm going to make a decision about that. I'm not sure if I want to do it that way or not. All right. Let's get the big mama out again. Okay. Yeah, that was the wrong paper pad. Because I have two paper pads sitting next to me. Okay, so we got that one. I think I want to go that way. And we have this one. All right, so now all right, definitely over the paper. That would be much better. I agree. I agree with you all. So let's get to gluing, the fun part. And since I have the fabric on here, and I normally don't use the fabric tack on, I would use the Aleene's I could use the Aleene's. I think it will be okay. Let me see. See if I have one that's not so hard to use. That one, I got to squish the mess out of it. Let's see. I don't know how much glue I have in this bottle. I'm concentrating, y'all. I want to make sure I get to the edges too. I might have to use my fingers. Drats. You know what I could have did? I could have used some double stick tape. I'm okay with that too. Okay. Gotta give them edges love, y'all. Make sure you're going over your edges. Especially with this fabric. I know y'all probably could barely hear me. I'm just whispering. That's what I do when I'm by myself. I talk to myself. It drives my family crazy. They're like, huh? What? You talking to us? Nope. Just talking to myself. Because I love myself like that. Alright. I think that's enough. Okay. Trying to get some of that glue off my fingers. Okay, that looks pretty good. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that's better. Kind of. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I don't like is like a little lip on this side. And so I'm just going to cut just a sliver of the... Oh, no, I don't want to use those scissors. I'm about to mess up my good scissors, y'all. Oh, Lord, because you know some glue on the back of this. I would have had to have a memorial service for my scissors. Okay, now that's better. Glue be done dry by the time I figure out where I want this. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use my brayer. You could use like a credit card or something too, just to make sure everything is down nice and flat. You don't have no bubbles. Make sure we can still feel like I have a little bit of a lip in here. Okay, let's do the other side. Hey, what did I do with my other one? Oh, it's right here. Move some of this other stuff out of my way. Whew. Y'all got me sweating. Y'all got me sweating. Got a lot of extra. Don't need all that. All right. Can see some of my pencil. Okay. Now for this side. Make sure I'm satisfied with that. Looks good. Ugh. All right. Time for a little stickums here. Gotta make sure my nerves ain't bad, so I gotta use lots of glue. I don't have to worry about it coming up. I'm sweating. I don't know if I'm sweating because it's hot or I'm sweating because the lights are on. Or I'm just sweating because I'm nervous. All right, let us do our little gluing, our smudging. Now smudge our glue around. Make sure the edges are done, because this glue, it'll dry clear. It's not on the front of the cover, so nobody's gonna notice this. Maybe over about 50 years, the glue might turn yellow. By then, I really won't care. All right. Make sure I don't miss any spots. Okay. Bye, Penny. I'm gonna miss you. Make me some dinner too. All right, so let's put this up. Make sure my corner is done good here. This one is also a little long. Yeah, that's better, because you're not going to see that part anyway. That side could be a little short. I wonder if I did it this way. Seemed like I did cut this one a little short. All right, that'll work. That'll work for me. Looks good. Make sure I get those edges. Try not to get too much glue on my brayer. This thing works good for this project though. I actually got this brayer at a thrift store as well. You know, half the time the people at the thrift store, they don't know. Bye, Katia. They don't know what stuff they have. Getting glue all over the place. Pay attention. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to put this down. And I think it'll look okay hanging off the side. All right, so we know we need glue down the middle, so we're going to start there first. Everybody's leaving me. I guess I'm taking too long. That's okay. I can watch on the replay. Oops. See, if I recorded this, I would have cut a lot of this out, and I would have went on fast speed, and we'd have been done already. But this takes some thinking. All right. Probably didn't need that much glue in the middle. Smudge it out. Let's give it a smudging. Oh, you're still here, Katia? Oh, okay. Oh, you were saying bye to Penny. Okay, yay. I want everybody to stay with me. All right, so now I'm going to try to put this down kind of evenly. I'm eyeballing it. Probably want to have more at the top than we do at the bottom. And I'll only just have it on the spine part for the moment here. Just wanted to try to make sure it was kind of straight. Oh, my fingers. Okay, now I'm going to put some glue on the sides here. I mean, I could just leave it like that, but no. Now this part, I'm going to use my fabric tack on this side. And I even don't mind if this lifts up a little bit. Put some on this side here. Alright, now make sure it's pulled out all the way. I can feel that fabric tack. Stuff is kind of stringy, and you can kind of see through there too. Kind of has like a white gluiness, but I could also cover that up as well. Okay, let's do this side. I'll do it the same way. Just use the fabric tack. Come out, Mr. Fabric Tack, so we can get finished with this job. Even though this was like a nice relaxing project today. Although y'all made me sweat and stuff, I was a little nervous. I mean, I think this is coming along quite nicely. Better than I expected. All right. That should be enough. And make sure this is pulled out all the way. There we go. I'm gonna show y'all the front in a minute. I know y'all want to see. The reason why I use the fabric tack, again, it's kind of a preference thing, is because it has because I'm using the fabric, so that's why I use the fabric tack. And supposedly, since it's made for fabric, that's why I used it. But you don't have to, though. I mean, I've did plenty of journals and I didn't use a lick of fabric tack. I just used whatever glue I had. But I have this one, so I'm just smushing this down a little bit. And also, I'm about to cut my hand with an X-Acto knife. Alright, so I'm gonna just give this a crease down in here. I should, you know what I didn't do is I didn't put any glue down into these corners, and I should have did that. So hopefully some of the glue seeps in there. Y'all, that's pretty, isn't it? See, I knew I was gonna forget something, but I think it might be all right. So what I would do is I would put a rubber band around this and just let it set. Let the glue on the inside set, which you won't really be able to see it that well. So it's a lot of Muslim sticking out the front, but I still like it. So this is where we are at. So this is the game board cover, and it came out way better than I expected. I was very excited once I put it on, and it worked with that with the adhesive that I used. It's like just perfect, y'all. Just perfect. And look at that Scrabble. So you can see through. That's pretty with these flowers. This was like just the perfect fabric for this. And even the corners didn't come out too shabby. They just have a little stringage. And I still don't think I'm going to put any corners on there because it covered the corners really good. Y'all, this was really good construction for me. I can say that. I don't know if anybody else thinks that, but for me, this was good construction. The books that I've been making lately have like really good construction. That's just the best word for it. I like it. What do y'all think? So that's the front. And because I was just worried about like the edges, and they look good. I know I keep moving it around. And then Scrabble. That's beautiful. And the inside is beautiful too. I love it. So now I just need some pages. Because I'm going to have to Frankenstein some pages for this bad boy because it's kind of an odd shape. So we'll have to Frankenstein some pages together. Y'all, I'm peeling the glue off my hand. I'm doing the little peelings. This is original. I looked on Pinterest, I looked on YouTube, and I might not have put the right words in, but I just could not find anybody that had like a bound spine with the game boards. I've seen people use like the game boxes, but not the boards themselves. And I thought the boards were just really beautiful. And like I said, they're like the same width or same depth as a regular book cover. So I see y'all trying to stick up over there. Gotta watch out for them edges. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to find my rubber bands. I don't know what I did with them. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, y'all. All right, I got my quadzillion bag of rubber bands here. Give the video a thumbs up before you leave if you haven't done so already. Hopefully this rubber band won't mess anything up, but I just want to keep it closed. Maybe I should just use like a ribbon or something. That should be fine. I just want it to stay closed. So I'm going to leave it like this until like tomorrow so that everything sets up nicely. And that will be it for today. We went on quite long today. So I want to thank everybody that came on and chit-chatted with me. And I hope you're inspired to just take some stuff out because you know what you can use for your fabric? You can get something out your closet that you don't wear anymore. It's kind of raggedy. Or like a nightgown might be good, like a little sheer nightgown. Don't nobody answer the question if you have one of those because, you know, people will talk. But you could use like a sheer nightgown. You could use a sheer curtain. Don't take any curtains off the windows. You can go and get one from a thrift store, or you might be able to get some good fabric like off the clearance rack as well. Right on, Pink. Thank you for the flower. It's beautiful. All right, you all. I am going to go ahead and shove off. Enough chit-chatting with me for today. This was extra long, but quite worth it. And I will see you all on the next live stream. So with that, I'm going to say love, peace, and hair grease. From your sweet Lotus Blossom and lovable Lizzie, have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.